change my mind.
No. Hi everybody, this is Charlie with Ugly Dog Lures, and we got Mell on the hot seat today over there, so she's gonna get asked the same questions that she asked me when she was trying to embarrass me. But little does she know, it takes a whole lot to embarrass me because I have no filter. So
I embarrassed me more than I embarrassed you.
Yeah. So let's get with this program and start asking Mell some questions.
Okay.
Mell.
Yes, girl.
What's your favorite color, girl?
Indigo blue.
Indigo blue.
Which is like a fluorescent blue turquoise color. Yep. That's it.
Okay. Do you collect anything?
I collect old things. I've had him almost 30 years. Oh, and I collect hat pins. I didn't realize I did that until I was pulling out my lanyard from my real estate trips, and I've got hat pins all up and down my lanyard. So that's considered collecting, right?
Absolutely.
Sure. I got an alien, and I got a state of New Mexico, and I got a realtor pin, and I've got a city of Clovis pin.
I'd throw that one away.
I got all kinds of pins. I got a Roadrunner that I like really, really well.
Okay. What's your most prized possession, Melissa?
Because I'm not going to claim the kids as my prized possession, because you don't really own them. Goose. I do love them, but I don't want to, if I tried to own them, I think I would be more of a I brought you into this world, I'll take you out kind of a thing. But yeah, no, my most prized possession is I'm gonna say Bob, because it takes us places.
If that's your thing, girl. Okay, what's your greatest accomplishment?
Getting my real estate broker's license after so many years, because I started this whole adventure in 1991. I went through real estate classes, but then I got a job as a property manager, so I didn't need the licensing. And my mom actually got licensed after I went through that, and then it took me 10 years later.
Well, you spent a lot of that time raising kids.
I did, yeah. So that part was fun.
You didn't have to work.
That's true. I didn't have to work.
So, because I worked a lot. So that she didn't have to. So, what's your favorite holiday?
I'm going to say Halloween, because it's the one day out of the year I don't have to dress up. I can just be myself.
Cool. I would have something to say, but I'm not going to say it.
That's why I said it, so you'd have some kind of crazy witchy comment about it.
Ride your broom around.
Right?
What's your best childhood memory?
So my parents and I were in Amarillo, and I don't know, I was probably 13, maybe younger. And we were sitting there having lunch, and my mom picked up one of the newspapers that had stuff for sale, and there was this listing for a horse for sale, and all it said was exquisite looking horse. And so we called on it. We went out and looked at him, and the lady that had him got him off of a ranch in Mexico, in old Mexico, and he didn't like men. But she got a little colt that she was training, and she couldn't keep both of them. So she puts me on him, and I ride around for a little bit, and I absolutely fell in love with him, and I'm so afraid that she's not going to let us buy him. And I barely had enough money to buy him. I barely had enough money to buy him in the first place. The phones are going crazy. And whenever it came down to it, she let me have him for $500 because he belonged with me. Yeah, that was awesome. So, favorite memory.
Okay, what skill would you like to learn?
skill would I like to learn? I don't know. I feel like I'm always learning. I spent 3 days in classes last week. So I think my next learning experience is going to be teaching at the Education Standards Committee for the real estate licensing in New Mexico.
Cool.
So, yeah.
The coolest place you ever traveled?
Utah. We went up there. Charlie's dad got sick, and he was living in Utah. And the trip was horrible, but Utah was amazing. And it had snowed, and so there was snow everywhere, and it just looked so, the little town where he lived was so picturesque, and I would say Utah.
What instantly makes your day better?
Instantly. No, Goose, that's not it. See, I don't have coffee to claim because I don't drink coffee.
That's what's wrong with her, folks.
So wrong with me. Yeah, evidently. It's a big thing that I don't drink coffee. Instantly makes my day better. Well, my days are pretty much spent helping people, explaining things, understanding what's going on. And I think that's the best part of my day, is when something like that happens and I feel that accomplishment, just it's kind of a personal boost, like, hey, that's a good thing, let's do something else. What's the next thing?
What's the biggest risk you've ever taken?
Marrying you.
Yep. I agree with that one.
Yeah, Charlie and I met at a bar one night, and he came over and he asked me to dance, but I was out there with my mom and some of our friends. I think there were 4 or 5 of us out there, and I don't remember who was there. Charlie came up and says, hey, do you want to dance? And I told him no, I was just out there, And so he has some girl, I didn't even know her, come over and tell me, oh, you should dance with him. He's a really nice guy. Yeah.
I still hadn't paid that poor girl off.
I found her since. She and I have had words. No, I'm joking. We've done pretty good. 29 years is pretty good. So.
Yep. What's the most ridiculous nightmare you've ever had? And if you say it involved me and a waterbed and a quart of motor oil, you'll be lying.
I'd be lying, yes.
Yep.
See, ridiculous dream involved a wreck that I was almost in, and then I was really almost in the same kind of wreck. So it was a pretty bad dream.
If your pet could talk, what would he say about you?
Oh, love me. About me, not about you. He would be all about you, but he gets in my lap and he just, so cute. Yeah. Oh, and then I have Goose. Is Goose a pet?
Y'all don't want to know what I have to say, so.
Whatever.
Useless talent. Do you have any?
I have so many useless talents I can't even tell you.
Yes.
I come up with these crazy things in my head, and then I try them, and then they get put in a box. And, I like to take things apart and put them back together. And I like to craft, and, none of it's really been very productive. And now I don't have time to do anything fun, so. Yeah, I have a really bad habit of creating businesses. Like I'll wake up in the middle of the night and I'm like, ooh, how about we do this? And we can call it this. Or, poor Katie, she's been trying to figure out a name for her channel. And I keep sending her all of these, ooh, how about this? How about this? And she goes, she doesn't want to be mean, but she's thinking, man, mom's going crazy. But that's the way my brain works. It just is off in left field all the time. So that's my greatest pointless talent. Yeah.
If you could have one superpower, what would it be?
Ooh. You know what I would do? I would be able to rewind things. And not necessarily change them, because everything happens for a reason, but stand in a place and just hit rewind through time and be able to see what was there and how it was and the people and all the things. That's what I would do. I think that would be the coolest thing ever. I wouldn't want to see the future, though. That would be scary. But the past would be amazing. I like history for some reason. So.
What would your drag queen name be?
Mama Bear.
Okay. Have you ever met a celebrity? Okay.
So when I
know you met the Oak Ridge Boys because you was there with me.
Yeah, I actually got you the gig, you know, security, whatever. I worked for a company that did that, and we got the security and, you know, all the back rooms set up for them and everything. I mean, they were super nice guys. Recently, you know, Jason David Frank, we knew each other, and not well, but we did some Comic-Con stuff together, and I got to light Melinda's cousin on fire, and, you know, Mark that I lit on fire just happens to be Jason's best friend. So, you know, we're really sad that we lost him recently. But before that, when I was in Las Cruces, I worked at Pan Am Center sometimes, and so I got to meet George Strait, and I got to meet Reba McEntire, and, you know, I was kind of a runner for him, so, you know, they would say, hey, get me a water, and I would run off and run back. So,
what would your warning label say?
Well, my warning label would contain a little black hat with a really pointy tip.
Yeah.
And it would say, has been known to stir the pot. Which, yeah, that kind of goes along with the video Goose did yesterday about the jumper cables. If you haven't seen that, that short is terribly funny.
What is the best Halloween costume you ever wore?
Best Halloween costume. I was the back end of a horse one year.
Well, I ain't going there. I'm gonna let it be right there.
I dressed Melinda up as Medusa one year. That was probably the best one I ever designed, you know, put together. Put those pipe cleaners in her hair and made them look like snakes, and that was kind of cool.
What's the most outrageous lie you ever told your children?
I'm just gonna take a bite of that a little nibble off your food, and then I'm like, take a French fry.
What's the dumbest way you've injured yourself?
Oh, dumbest way. Goat tying. I was at an event one day, and I had this, you know, the horse that I bought, my $500 horse, was this amazing horse. He did all these really great things, and there's a goat on a stake at the end of the arena, and this guy is holding it, and it's this little, they call them, I think, Angoran goats, and they're really hairy and curly, and it had crap all over it, you know, like poop. Crap. Don't look at me like that. And Lucky and I went down the arena, and he sat on his butt and slid in, and I stepped off, and I came down my knee on the stake, and the goat went one way and my horse went the other way, and I went down and couldn't get back up. That was pretty dumb.
Where'd you grow up?
Let's see. I was born in Amarillo. Then we moved to Tucumcari. Then we moved to Portales. Then we moved to Clovis. And then we went back to Tucumcari, and then we went to Las Cruces. I graduated high school in Las Cruces. Started college in Las Cruces. So.
If you could go back and tell yourself one thing, what would you say?
I'm gonna get myself in trouble with that one. Can I skip it?
Nope.
Can I use yours?
Yep.
Yeah. I don't like apples. There's a reason there's a bite out of that apple and nobody else wanted any. Let's see. 5-year-old self. Just watch out for life because it's gonna bite you in the rear end.
Yes, you will.
That's what I would warn myself about.
What kind of elderly person do you hope to be?
Ooh, grumpy and mean.
That goes right along with my cranky. What is your favorite website?
Oh, my favorite website is YouTube, hands down. I really enjoy it.
Your favorite movie?
It's called Oscar, and it is what do you call it? 20s
Gangster.
Well, kind of gangster, but it's more of a prohibition movie, and it's got all these really great actors in it, and kind of a parody kind of a thing, and you cannot find it anywhere. But it stars Sylvester Stallone and Maria Torme. Is that her name?
I have no idea.
I can't remember her name. Anyway, the dad off of that 70s show, he's on there. Red Foreman, yeah. The guy that plays Red Foreman's on there. I mean, it's the cutest movie, and I just giggle through the whole thing. But we loaned it to somebody one day, and I haven't been able to find a copy of it since. And past that, it would be Star Wars, because I like me some Star Wars.
What is the best idea you ever had for a business?
I liked my photography business a lot. Just didn't make that much money. Everybody, when you're an artist and you create things, everybody wants stuff for free. Hey, do me a favor. Hey, we're friends. Hey, can you do this for me? And of course I wanted to do all those things, and I wanted to have the samples to use, but the samples never did me any good because all it did was, oh, hey, we're friends. You did this for our friend before. Can you do this for me now?
Yep.
And so it made a little bit of money, but not really. The graphic designer part of it was just, I was really good at it, but it never did me a darn bit of good. So yeah.
If you won the lottery, what's the first thing you would do?
I would make a copy of the ticket because I would lose the ticket and I would at least want proof I had it at one point in time. Because that's how I am. I lose everything.
Do you have any tattoos?
Yes. I have a big cross on my back, and then I have a Zia symbol on my leg that I got when Katie turned 18. And it was, Katie got one, I got one, my mom got one, and my grandma got one the same day in the same tattoo studio in the same place. And it was kind of a 4 generations thing, and I really like it. It's kind of cool.
Do you have any siblings?
No, I don't have any siblings, but I have adopted plenty of people through the years, and I do consider them family, but they were chosen by me, not by anybody else. So.
What's your favorite fish?
My favorite fish to catch? That was to catch, right?
Just your favorite fish. Saltwater.
Saltwater fish. I like the swordfish.
Okay, what's your favorite freshwater fish?
To catch or put in a tank?
Well, you do both, so you just choose one.
To put in a tank, I like the little male guppies with the pretty tails. I used to have a whole bunch of them in a tank. In the living room, I probably had 30 of them. And then for the fishing part of it, I would have to say the bass. Yeah.
If you could choose a new name, what would it be?
A new name?
Mm-hmm.
That was your question?
That was the question.
Oh, your
y'all gave me.
Rasputia was your answer, huh? I don't know. People will come up with all kinds of names for me, so I don't know if I would need to. My mama calls me Miss Ann, so that would probably be what I would go by if I had to choose a new name.
What would your dream boat be?
A tri-hull catamaran that I could sail around the world.
What's your favorite toy?
My pickup. And if you guys have never seen my pickup, I drive a cherry bomb red GMC 4-door with very, very loud pipes. And it's so much fun.
She's compensating.
Oh, whatever.
What's the worst advice you've ever received?
Keep your opinions to yourself.
Yeah, never do
You
that.
know, I should have, so many times I can go back and just know that if I had opened my mouth and, spewed out my opinion about something, it would have provided a different outlook on what was happening. And then I wouldn't have as much to complain about if it didn't go my way, because at least I voiced my opinion. And really that's the only thing we have in this world is an opinion.
Yep.
Everybody has one, and if you keep it to yourself and you don't share it, then you really can't find fault with everything else, because you keep it to yourself. It's just yours.
Your first job.
So my dad was a car dealer, and he would help me buy these trucks. I had a courier pickup, I had a van, I had a short wheelbase black Chevy hot rod, and they were kind of crappy when they came into the car lot, and he would help me buy them. We would fix them up and we would sell them. So I guess that was really my first way of making money. First business I ever opened was tinting windows, because everybody wanted the dark windows like were on my trucks, and so it was called Sparkle Tint.
Do you work better in the mornings or at night? I know the
Night.
answer to that.
Night. Definitely night. I'm not a morning person. And Charlie's been up at like 8:30 today and yesterday, and I
8:30.
guess we left the house at 8:30 both days. So he got yelled at and screamed at, and
Called dirty names.
like, what are you thinking waking me up? Because I was up at midnight to 2 o'clock.
If money was no issue, what would you do with your time?
I would take a camera around the world, and I would share everything with everybody, and I would meet everybody that I could and do all the things that were available, and just enjoy every day. Yeah.
If there was a group of people who had unlimited resources to help, who would you help?
I'm with Goose on that one. I would help the veterans, and we do help the veterans. Yeah.
Is there a reason why you would choose to help the veterans?
For me, mainly it's because we have so many veterans, and really across the board, from we have had them in our family to we have met them later on and we have them as friends, to people that we've never met before that just have such an impact on our lives and the people around us. And if they hadn't been a part of the military and done with all the things that they had to do, then we really wouldn't have anything. So I feel for them, and I hate their stories. I really hate their stories. So
What are your pet peeves, Melissa? And my name can't be in that.
your name can't be in it. This.
Yeah, I do that a lot.
That's one of them. People that talk in circles, that don't really have anything to say. That's probably my biggest. You know, I'm all for listening and hearing what you have to say until it becomes you're just talking out your rump and it doesn't really have any relevance on anything.
Yeah.
That bothers me. And I will actually stop people. Oh, and the biggest one, I almost forgot the biggest one, is people pronouncing realtor as realtor. I mean, I will actually stop them in the middle of a conversation. I'm like, this is your job. You're going to do it. At least know what your job title is. You know, you pay a lot of money to be a member of this. It's realtor, not
realtor.
Not realtor. So, yeah, big, huge thing.
Where do you see yourself in 10 years?
I am going to be on top of the world. I'm going to have an even bigger real estate company, and I'm going to have even more brokers, and I'm just going to help them build their businesses and enjoy life. And because, you know, everything's digital now, I can be anywhere while I'm doing that. So I don't have to be, you know, a block away to go run and hold their hand to do something. I can pick up the phone, and I have a really keen ear for, you know, they explain a situation for me and I can kind of describe it without having to see it. So.
What's your worst habit?
Iced tea.
I don't think that's your worst habit.
Oh, it's my worst habit.
That stupid ass pool game you play on the TV on your phone.
I do. I like to play. I like to play pool, and I like to play digital pool. I mean, we used to have a pool table in the middle of our living room.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I like pool, but then I also had pool sticks to hit Charlie with. So.
One fact that few people know about you.
I was a rodeo queen. And I ran barrels. Well, I chased barrels. I did horse shows, horsemanship. But my biggest thing was doing the Queen's runs. And I would carry the American flag, which was such an honor to do. I could do a lap around the arena, and then my horse, I taught him the side pass, and so we would get to the middle, and as the anthem was playing, the horse would side pass all the way across the arena, and then the anthem would finish off, you know, really big and loud, and I would do another lap around the arena. It was the coolest thing ever. In fact, I got to do that in Pan Am Center in the football stadium one time. It's pretty great.
What are your nicknames for your family? You
Goose.
can't say
Goose.
dirty words online either.
Caitlin is Katie Boo. Cody is Bubba. My grandmother's Mama. My mom is KK, because when I had Caitlin, I was pretty young, and she told me when I look and act like grandma, you can call me one. Until then, find something else. So she's KK.
Well, believe me, she looks and acts like a grandma.
Hey.
Oh.
Hey.
She does. We're going to travel down this road. What is the best pickup line you know?
I don't know. I haven't used one in 30 years. Hey, you wanna?
Hey, you wanna? Yeah. Okay.
Is that a good enough one?
It works for me.
Okay.
So, we kind of got through all those questions.
Uh-huh.
Pretty good.
Uh-huh.
She's a lot more serious about things than I am.
Yeah, I'm not as fun. Sorry.
So, I guess this is where this video is going to end.
Okay, great. I'm Melissa. I'm done. And we are out of here.
So, sayonara.
Sayonara. Okay.